Hi everyone, this is Pamela, and for the ones who don't know me, I am from Venezuela. I am 32 years old, and today's video is really interesting because it is about the beauty. And how we define it depends a lot of what we were surrounded by and when we were children, and so many other things. But sadly, today we have been bombarded by so many images that you have to know that they have been retouched through filters, applications, and that's why they look so perfect. But we tend to maybe consciously or unconsciously tend to compare ourselves to these images, and that's why most of the time we perceive ourselves as not being good enough, which is something that I want you to avoid. And for that reason, I created this material for you just to be confident and to feel that the external beauty is not that important, because I don't know if it has happened to you, but to me, it has been really common just to find people that they are really, attractive on the outside, like a guy that is really hot. But then you talk to them and you realize that they are not so interesting after all. So, the beauty is so subjective. And it is a balance between the person you are, what you have to offer, and how you look on the outside. So that's why I want you just to understand that the most important thing for you should be is the impact you're causing into other people's lives, how you make them feel, and who you are becoming every single day, and what is it that you're doing in order for you to be better. And if you focus only on the outside of the beauty, you're just going to forget about the most important part. Because I don't want you to be that type of person that is so good looking, but is not even able to maintain a good relationship with others because doesn't even have the skills to do so. So I hope you enjoy the video, but most importantly, that be really useful for you.
Should I get lip injections? It's a question that runs through my mind almost every time I use Instagram. That is up to 24 hours a week. The truth is, the natural palette I was born with is one of my favorite features. But if I spend long enough scrolling through filter to perfection influencers, celebrity, and regular people I know who take a damn good picture, it is very tempting to start a mental wish list of things I could change. A more defined jawline, higher cheekbones, smoother skin, and the list goes on. This all too familiar spiral has only been amplified in 2020 as my screen time, like everyone else, has gone up dramatically. In the era of social distancing, former simple pleasures like travel, going to a bar, attending concerts, and more halted. Forced to transform our homes into hubs for work and play, life has hit peak virtual. We go on FaceTime dates, we attend Zoom weddings, we celebrate house party birthdays, we have telemedicine checkups with doctors, we live stream remote workout classes from our favorite fitness instructors, and screen time is now all the time. So what happens when people who have low self-esteem believe that they are not beautiful enough? Just because they watch all of these perfect pictures every day, all the time. So that leads me to read this article from the Washington Post. Patients are desperate to resemble their doctor's selfies. Plastic surgeons alarmed by Snapchat dysmorphia. Yes, Snapchat dysmorphia. Remember the days when people would bring photos of celebrities to the plastic surgeon's office and ask for Angelina Jolie's lips or Brad Pitt's jawline? That's not the case anymore. Now people want to look like themselves, heavily edited or filtered versions of themselves, that is. Doctors have spotted a trend of people bringing in their own surface, usually edited with a smartphone application, and asking to look more like their photos, according to an article recently published in the JAMA Facial Plastic Surgery by researchers from Boston University School of Medicine Department of Dermatology. The phenomenon is known as Snapchat dysmorphia, and is causing widespread concern among experts who are worried about its negative effect on people's self-esteem. and its potential to trigger body dysmorphic disorder, a mental illness classified on the obsessive compulsive spectrum. This is an alarming trend because those filtered selfies often present an unattainable look and are blurring the line of reality and fantasy for these patients. Neela Bashi, an assistant professor of dermatology at the Boston University School of Medicine and one of the article's authors, told the Washington Post that Snapchat dysmorphia is a result of people now being able to edit away any imperfection with ease. It's remarkable, said Bashi, who is also a board-certified dermatologist. What used to lie in the hands of celebrities and beautiful people who were innately beautiful, made to look more beautiful, now it's in the hands of anyone. On Snapchat, for example, the picture messaging application features upward to 20 filters that users can toggle through by simply sweeping across their phone screen. Aside from adding flowers, crowns, or poppy ears, filters can give a person freckles, longer eyelashes, wide eyes, and flawless skin, among other augmentations. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter also allow people to edit their photos in the application before uploading. While people most often use filters or editing software for minor fixes such as clearing blemishes or plumping lips, Bashi said traditional cosmetic procedures largely can't reproduce this instant fix people see in their edited photos. Sometimes I have patients who say, I want every single spot gone, and I want it gone by this week, or I want it gone tomorrow. Because that is what this filter photograph gave them, she said. They check off one thing and it's gone. That's not realistic. I can't do that. I can make people a lot better, but it will take me a lot more time than a week, and it won't be 100%. Of course, people have long obsessed about their look, comparing themselves to the idealized image in the media. Our sense of what's real, what's possible when it comes to beauty, is warped by our overexposure to these images. Instead of seeing them for what they are, which is rare, we start to see them as typical or average. Angel described people who spend too much time worrying about their appearance as beauty sick. When you are beauty sick, you cannot engage with the world, she said, because between you and the world is a mirror. It's a mirror that travels with you everywhere. You can't seem to put it down. However, the term Snapchat dysmorphia was just coined by this year by British cosmetic doctors Tejigon Eshel. Snapchat dysphoria is a form of body dysmorphic disorder, also known as body dysmorphia or BDD. The condition is a mental disorder that causes people to be extremely preoccupied by this perceived flaw in appearance that to others can't be seen or appears minor. People who have BDD tend to obsess over their appearance and body image, often checking the mirror, grooming, or seeking reassurance for many hours a day, the clinic said. Treatments include cognitive behavioral therapy and medication. Today's generation can't escape the Truman effect because from birth they are born into an age of social platforms where their feelings of self-worth can be based purely on the number of likes and followers that they have, which is linked to how good they look or how great these images are. Until recently, only models and celebrities could take flawless pictures. However, given the accessibility of editing applications, one seemingly unattainable beauty standards now flood social media feeds daily, and the perfect people in the photos are your friends, classmates, and family members. Our society is becoming more and more preoccupied, obsessed with social media, and images and photographs and what we look like. Now, everywhere you go, people are taking selfies and then going on social media. According to the annual American Academy of Facial, Plastic, and Reconstructive Surgery survey, Selfies continue to be a driving force behind why people wish to get a plastic surgery done. Being inundated by these edited images on a regular basis can take a toll of people. But she said, adding that look at a photo at yourself and not seeing the same thing reflected in the mirror or an unedited photo can make people unhappy. In short cases, it can even lead to developing body dysmorphic disorder. It can bring feelings of sadness, and then, in one really develops this disorder, the sadness clearly progresses to something that can be dangerous and alarming. It sounds like people are still going to do it because they like it. They like the way they look. I'm just one small person in a big world, and I can change everything. But I can make people aware and recognize and know that it's not the real world. It's like living in a fantasy. While various experts, including plastic surgeons and psychologists, have cautioned against the Snapchat dysmorphia, Vashi said that it is unlikely that people will change their behavior in the near future.
So as you saw there in the clips, sadly there are a lot of people who just post pictures that are very retouched. They need to use a lot of filters, use these applications just to alter their own whole image. And yet then when you see them in person, they are completely different, maybe a big disappointment. And sadly what it is behind that, it is a image issue. And with this, I just don't want you to become the type of person that always looks perfect but doesn't have anything else to offer. I don't want you to become into that. So if you found the video really useful, I just want you to subscribe. And I will be more than open to read your comments and your suggestions about what else do you want to see. But in the meantime, I prepare this with all of my love for you, and see you in the next time or the next week. Bye bye.